sailing the Tangaroa.
Thanks for watching this vlog of Sailing Tangaroa. I'm in a place called Monkey Mia in Shark Bay, and that's in Western Australia. The end of last year, we sailed into here on Tangaroa and we came across this radical looking boat. We found out that a boat was a charter out of Monkey Mia and her name was Shotty. We instantly fell in love with her, mainly because of her huge bows, and she just looked really fast. James ended up getting a job skippering this boat and became one of the Shotty Boys. So I'm going to take you on board. You're going to meet the Shotty Boys and see what it's like to sail an ex-racing machine. Shotty runs out of Monkey Mia in Shark Bay, which is a World Heritage Area. There are 2.2 million hectares of the most beautiful and diverse landscapes with the prettiest colour palette of red, greens, turquoise, blues and whites. The huge seagrass meadows and shallow banks of Shark Bay offer incredible wildlife experiences and create important habitats for many different species like rays, dugongs, sharks, turtles, and is also home to the famous Monkey Mia dolphins.
Hi, my name's Harvey Raven. I live in Shark Bay in Western Australia. I've been here 25 years. We run an ecotourism business that involves wildlife sailing cruises, four-wheel drive tours and holiday accommodation. My roots are originally from Brisbane in Queensland, where we kicked off the whole concept of doing commercial stuff with a 60-foot sailing catamaran. The boat that we're using for our cruises is a boat called Shotty, which was a custom designed, custom built boat designed by Lock Crowther as an ocean racer. The design brief was for it to be the fastest boat in the country. When they launched it, the boat actually did 36 knots, and in those days nobody was doing 36 knots, so it was the fastest boat in the Southern Hemisphere. It only raced for a couple of seasons when it achieved everything it was intended to do with regards to setting records. It broke all the major ocean racing records on the East Coast in one season. It was then leased to the O10 network for a couple of years, before being sold to Sir Douglas Myers, who owned an island in Tahiti, and he had the boat operating there doing private charters as well. In those days I was a yacht broker, so I'd sold the boat to Doug Myers on behalf of the original owner. He gave it back to me to sell, and he was a better salesman than me. I finished up buying the boat off him. But with the intention of doing what we do today. So I saw what they were doing in Tahiti with the boat, and it was a natural fit for what we do, and that's how we came to be working with the boat. It's 60 foot by 31 feet or 18 metres by 9 metres. She weighs about 10 tonnes. Boat top speed's 36. The best we've been able to do is 28, and that's with a big kite, big breeze, surfing.
I'm about to go do a little interview with the main man, Quinny. Quinn has grown up in Shark Bay and he is one of the main skippers on Shotty, and he's just an all-round really good dude. So let's go see what he has to say.
My name's Quinn and I grew up here
In?
Monkey Mia.
No, anyway.
Growing up was really good, growing up here in a small town, but had has its bad parts and its good parts, you know. Isolation wasn't always a good part when you're a mid-teenager, but when you're a young kid, you're running amok through the bush, everything was at your doorstep. It was really good.
So what's the best thing about Shark Bay as a whole?
The nature, the wildlife.
And so how long have you been sailing Shotty?
Oh, as part of the working crew of the boat, nearly 10 years now. But I've been on the boat off and on my entire life.
And what's the best feature on Shotty?
Yeah, nice big proud bows.
Do you have a favourite memory on Shotty?
That's a hard one to pick. Probably just some of the big sails that we'd do up to Carnarvon, when it's just me and the crew on board and we've got the full rig out and we're just cruising along. Fast I got Shotty up to, I was actually on a sunset cruise and I got her up to 19.5 knots.
And what's your best bit of advice all around about life or about sailing? Or
If you're thinking about it, do it.
She's a bit of a demon off the wind. She sails well in all winds for her age, you know. She's 36 years old or something now. She's a fast boat. couple of times on her. When she starts doing about 13 knots, she really starts to lift up out of the water and she gets really light. She's like driving a sports car, I suppose. You know, some of the speeds I've heard her that she's done over the years when she was racing are just incredible. So 15 knots is like half of her top speed. Time sailing Shotty has been amazing. Such a huge learning curve sailing a catamaran of this class. She's an amazing boat to sail. It's just a big version of our little Warren, really. But a very powerful boat and really fun to sail. And I learned a lot from Harvey, Raven and Quinn about sailing her, and really enjoyed my summer sailing it. No regrets. My favourite thing about Shotty are her bows. They're like two big machetes that just slice through the water. They're amazing. Do you like that, Toby?
My name's Toby Gaskell. I'm from Perth, but I live up in Denham now. I've been up here since November 2016. I came up here to catch blue manna crab, ended up wetlining, and now I've ended up on Shotty since December 2016. And yeah, nothing better than sailing Shotty. Alright, best feature about Shotty, I reckon just the way the boat's designed and just how it sails, and just all the little things that make it so easy and so fun to be able to run around deck and manoeuvre and be able to sail the boat as a decky. The fastest speed I've done on Shotty would be 15 knots when we were out of Denham, and me and James only had one on, and we thought we'd fly full rig because the guy wanted to sail. And yeah, we ripped all the way out to Bar Flats and back, and yeah, no, it's sick.
The temperature here, our winter temperatures, this is just a beautiful place to be in winter time. It's become home. We've been often gone looking in other places in the country to see where else we might want to go, but nothing beats what we have here. I'm pretty good with gut feels or right gut feels about things. In the past, I know when something's right, and I know that this area, and I say this area, I'm talking Shark Bay to Exmouth, this will be one day Australia's #1 tourism destination. And I'm totally confident of that because I know what's here.
This is Bodie. This is our new trainee crew member. Say hi, Bodie.
Hey, how you going?
How long have you been on Shotty?
Since Wednesday, and it's currently Sunday.
And what do you reckon?
Oh, it's awesome. It's good to be out on the water. It's good.
He's green. He's as green as they get, but he can tie a bowline, so that's a plus.
There you go.
He's gone up a notch in my book. He's at notch 1.
He's a good looker.
I'm going to keep on climbing from notch 1. So.
Yeah, you can only go up.
He's a good looker.
He's a good looker.
I'm just on a Shotty sunset cruise, and it is beautiful. I've had a really beautiful summer in Shark Bay.
That's good. So what a sunset, eh?
I know. It's
Such a good
beautiful.
night.
And I love Shotty.
One of the most memorable things that I've done with the boat is when we delivered the boat to Tahiti for Doug Myers. We left Brisbane for New Zealand, and I was navigating, and I didn't bring my sight reduction tables with me. I went down below. It was getting early evening. I was going to do some star shots, and I grabbed the sextant and went, oh Christ, no tables. And we put a new sat nav on the boat, but we hadn't tested, so we didn't really know whether that was going to work or not. We headed off a little south. We wanted to pick up Lord Howe Island, so we were working on the sat nav and also on dead reckoning in case the sat nav didn't work. And Lord Howe came up where it was supposed to on the horizon, so we went, okay, that's Lord Howe, so we can now go to New Zealand. We just had perfect conditions. It was a big breeze. The speed at night time, the instructions to the guys on the deck was reduce the sail area, don't go over 15 knots, it's too bloody noisy, we can't sleep. So at night time the boat was always knocked back to those speeds, but during the daytime it was like low 20s, was just rolling along, people lying around having a few beers and big rooster tails out the back, just surfing in ideal reaching conditions. And when we got to New Zealand, we couldn't find New Zealand. There was no light, there was no lighthouse. There's supposed to be a lighthouse, and it was pitch black. And we thought, well, the bottom's coming up. Sat-nav says where I was supposed to be. And we had to wait till dawn. We actually hove to. We waited till dawn, and then when the dawn came, there was this long white cloud that New Zealand is famous for, and it had hidden the light. So we waited in the right spot, but we lost about 4 hours there. And anyway, then we headed off. When we got to the Bay of Islands, it finally transpired that one of the guys said, you know, we've only been at sea 4 days. You know, it can't be, you know, it's like 1,200 miles. I checked, looked at passports, yeah, we've been in 4 days, we've done 1,200 miles, and look at all the, you know, we just cruised it in. Slow at night time, 4 hours hove to. Just imagine if we'd have tried what we could have done it in. So that was really a memorable, fast passage, probably the best one, you know, of that length that I've done with the boat. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Any future dreams? What's next?
I've got a little 10-metre catamaran called Cocktails for two that I'm busy polishing now to start doing some real cruising with just my wife and myself.
Shotty.
Oh, Shotty.
Oh, Shotty.
Shotty.
Shotty little devil.
Shotty. And that's it. If you're ever in Shark Bay, I highly suggest that you jump on board for a true sailing experience and meet all the crew that obviously love the boat and what they do. Subscribe to Sailing Tangaroa's channel. We are getting extremely close to getting back in the water and setting sail to the Kimberleys.